Do you own an investment property? Washington Brown has helped over 250,000 property investors pay less tax with the depreciation schedule. Visit washingtonbrown.com.au to pay less tax today.
All right, question number 5. You've got a 20-year-old daughter, from memory. If she came to you and said, I've got $20,000, how should I invest it? What would you tell her?
My daughter asked me this exact question. She
Really?
said, Dad, I've got money. What do you recommend I should do with it? And I said, honey, you can either be your own boat or you can get in my slipstream. What do you want to do? And she said, well, I don't know as much as you, and I'd like to learn over time what you know. Why would I try and do this on my own when I can just invest with you? And I said, well, that's your decision, but why wouldn't you just put the money to work in the fund that I'm setting up and learn as an investor with some money in the game, as it were, and watch what happens and build the muscle? I often say you can't lift the weight and expect your kids to put on the muscle, right? So like any family, my kids look at me and think, well, what does Dad know? He's Dad, right? So they're happy to learn from other people, but they take me for granted.
Don't you just give them your book?
Again, Dad wrote it, right? I have other people who are in the same boat who they give my book to their kids and say, look, here, read this. But when it comes to my family, because they're so close, they don't necessarily see it. But what I said is, if you come on as an investor, it's not me telling you what to do, it's me showing you what to do. Because one of the benefits out of the Strategic Opportunities Fund is it's not only a park your money, it's park your money and potentially learn and watch as we show you what we've done and why. So it's learn while you earn, which I really like as the education piece. But look, $20,000 isn't a great sum of money. If you want to put it in a share portfolio, I would go and get some advice around that. I would suggest investing in things that you're interested in. Don't let return alone be the judge. If you can invest in things that you have an interest in and learn what drives value, then I would take that $20,000 and be more interested in what I can learn from investing it than the return that I could get from investing it. Because you're going to make a lot more money over your lifetime, and your ability to make and manage is more important at a younger age than your ability to multiply. If you've got time on your side, things will look after themselves. And if you can learn to maximize your income earning ability and learn to manage your money so that you live within your means and have surplus to invest, then time will look after itself. So you've got a real blessing at 20 with a lot of time in front of you.
Well, a lot of people on this podcast have said they should have invested in education, not just shares or...
What's the best education? The best course you can do is one that you're invested in. And I can sit here all day long and tell you how to ride the bike, but get on the bike and learn to ride it. And don't just get on the bike as a passenger being, what do we used to say when we were kids? Do you want me to dink you? We don't use that word anymore, do you? Do you want to dink?
Dink.
That's what we used to say. Get on, we'll dink you around. Well, don't get dinked on the bike. Learn to ride the bike. If you do what everyone else has done, you'll get what everyone else has got. This is the premise of Money Magnet, right? That most people end up on a pension. Why do most people end up on a pension? Because they buy lifestyle assets before they buy income-producing assets, LPAs before IPAs. And therefore, they end up with a big LPA, their house that they've paid off, but they don't have the income-producing assets later in life, so they have to rely on the pension for financial survival. So what I'm saying to my kids is, don't make the mistake of focusing on LPAs before IPAs. Focus on your IPA and then let the LPA look after itself, not the LPA and trying to hope the IPAs look after themselves, because they don't. That's the road to eventual reliance on welfare.
So in essence, rent vest?
I don't really know what rent vest means. Rent and invest? Well, if that's what rent vest means, that's what I did and it worked for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did that too, actually.